Hi everyone, I'm Wilco Jansen, and I will be doing a talk about Summer of Code with Pete, who is doing the interview with me.
Hey Wilco, thanks for the cool introduction. This is Joomla Juice podcast number 9, and Wilco's going to be talking to us about Joomla and its involvement with the Google Summer of Code for 2007. He's also maybe going to give us a little bit of an insight into what it's like inside the Googleplex, so listen on. Hi everybody, welcome to Joomla Juice, and today we've got the great opportunity to talk to Wilco Jansen. Wilco's a core team member, and he's based in Holland. Hi Wilco, how are you doing?
I'm very fine.
Yeah?
Yes.
What part of Holland, Wilco? Whereabouts do you live?
It's a very small town. I won't mention it because even on Google Earth it's hardly to find, but it's somewhere in the middle of the Netherlands.
Somewhere in the middle of the Netherlands. Okay.
Near Amsterdam, I always say to foreigners.
So, Wilco, Summer of Code. Can you tell us a little bit about it, and particularly for people who've got no idea what Summer of Code might be and what Google means to Summer of Code?
Sure. Google's Summer of Code. This year will be the third time we have applied to the Google Summer of Code. It's a program that offers student developers, an opportunity to write code for various open source projects. Google does that with numerous of other open source projects. Last year they had around 100 projects and 1,000 students, so it's a big program for Google. And they actually it's a way they want to attract new young talents to open source. And it's pretty exciting for students because they actually can earn some money with it.
Okay, so I've always wondered this. Why does Google support open source the way it does, in your view? What do you think?
When I entered Google Summer of Code last year as a mentor, and I ended up as doing the complete program, but that's another story. We were invited by Google, and one of the questions I had, one of the burning questions I had was, why is Google doing this? And actually they're quite open about it. You need to realize that Google runs on open source completely. They only use open source products, so it's very important for them as a business that they have quality code and quality projects. And one of the reasons Google is so interested in open source, not only because they use it, is that they say, if we have a bug in the in the code, then we can fix it ourselves, and we are dependent on other closed source developers like Oracle, Microsoft, or whoever is on the planet. And they are also very open that it's a breeding ground for talent search. They need a lot of talented people to do great work at Google. And they say, yeah, if there's a student who is doing a great job there, maybe he or she is interested to join Google as an employee. Or, as what happened with 2 students from our project lately, is that they can do an internship. And the last thing they say, because we are so excited about the open sources, that we actually want to give something back to the community by sponsoring the events that are out there.
That's pretty interesting, really. So by supporting open source, they're also ensuring their own future, I suppose.
Yes, but there are always more open source developers than Google can hire.
Yeah.
Our project has around 60,000 registered developers, and Google has a lot of employees, but not that much.
Yeah. In fact, I saw recently on a news story that they were considered the #1 employer in the United States as the place to work. You've been there, haven't you?
Oh yes, I know why they're number one employer. But maybe we can do a next podcast on that one, because actually I didn't want to go home there because it's a very exciting environment.
What we might do, we'll continue with these summary code questions, but you might just give us a snapshot at the end of the interview, because you really got me interested. I want to know more about what it's like.
Yes, sure, will do.
Okay. So, what does Summer of Code bring to Joomla? What's the benefits? What's it bring to our project that's going to help?
It brings several things. The first thing is, for me personally, it's fun with big letters, fun. It's opportunity to meet new people, new talented people, share about ideas and ambition you have within the project. And for people who are listening to this podcast, I want to invite as much as people we can handle, because it is fun. You will get inspired and will be even as excited as I am currently talking about this topic. But besides fun, it offers the possibility to research new technology. Last year's Summer of Code, we mainly targeted at future versions of Joomla and research new technologies. And this year we want to do more than that. Actually try to collaborate with other projects. For example, we are looking forward to work together with Eclipse to build on the Joomla IDE. The MooTools implementation, we have contact with the persons who built the MooTools implementation. Maybe we can do some things on the Java area. And to be honest,
I'll just interrupt there. So, for people who don't know, explain to them what IDE is to start with.
IDE, sorry, yes, I'm talking development shortening. So, IDE is an integrated development environment. It's the tooling most of developers use to work with, debug your code, edit your code, do versioning, all kind of handy tools which improve development.
And with MooTools, you're talking about a JavaScript framework, is that right?
Yes, it's the JavaScript framework we implement in Joomla 1.5, replacing all current JavaScript that's in the old framework. It's an incredible, powerful JavaScript framework which offers a lot of functionality. I can do several books about the MooTools implementation, yes. But it's great that we have such a nice contact with that project, because they are open source too, and we try to research.
That's Valerio, is it?
Yes, that's Valerio.
He's also got a brand new Macintosh, I hear.
Yes. The rumor is there that I also will have a MacBook soon.
It's a disease, Wilco. This Macintosh.
It's a disease like Joomla. In fact, he has offered to be a mentor for this year's Summer of Code of Joomla. So that's great to have such people into the team.
I didn't know that. That's excellent.
And last but not least, what does it bring to the project? It's for us a way to find new talent that actually can help out on development with future versions of Joomla. To give an example, from the 2006 version of Summer of Code, 1 mentor and 3 students joined the development working group, and actually they are very active on building on the upcoming beta too. And that's great, because in Summer of Code you get to know each other, the way we work, and it's a great way to find new people who can do really great stuff.
So, apart from I shouldn't use the word business because it sort of associates with work. So, but apart from the business side, open source, you've got to do work. You can't avoid it. But for you, what have you got out of it? Have you made new friends and gone to cool places? Because I'm coming back to that story about Google.
I've gone to the Googleplex. If you are interested in going there, then you certainly need to apply to this program. Yes, I learned basic Summer of Code. People know, but when Summer of Code 2006 started, it was in May 2006 when it actually started, I was community member. And I had an idea about the installer JPackage project, and I was talking to Lewis and Johan about it, and they invited me to be a mentor, and I ended up in the core team.
It sounds like you tripped on something.
Yes. What do I need to say more? It went dazzling fast at the moment from May on, and I'm almost 8-9 months now in the core team, and basically we're doing a lot of nice work. And the fun thing about Joomla, but open source in general, is that it's not that I'm lying now, but I only meet nice people who are eager to do some things on the personal interest area I have, and that's developing dazzling new software.
You don't forget the beer.
Yes, but we agreed not to talk about our big fests we have besides the Joomla stuff we do. So, yes, but we have a lot of fun, and I meet interesting people from everywhere of the world, and it's fun. Like I said, it's fun.
All right, okay. Anything else you want to add about the Summer of Code for Joomla? Maybe because this story is going to be going out, within 24 hours of us recording it. You're actually calling to arms, aren't you? You want applicants to hurry up and apply.
Yes. We received positive confirmation that we are definitely accepted in Summer of Code. Students have until the 23rd of March, that's close to a week from now, to apply with their projects. We also have around 8 mentors at the moment. Last year we had 12 mentors. So if you're interested to be a mentor or student, apply, because we can need all the help there is to get this program running. There's some documentation in the Summer of Code forum area group, a student and a mentor guideline I've posted there, and you can find some background material on what do we expect, what can you do, how do you apply, etc. And I really would like to see some additional community members joining the program. Brilliant.
So, it was pretty obvious what students do, but what do the mentors actually do, Wilco?
Students can have some experience when they enter the program, but last year we also had some students who have never done a project, have never worked with a tracker or an integrated development environment, or work with more than one people at once. So as a mentor, you need to be able to guide a student and teach him how it works in a semi-professional environment, developing code. So you need to be available, you need to coach, you need to give directions. Sometimes you need to be very strict because there's a deadline on within the program.
I can't imagine you being strict. No.
Oh no. Oh yes, I'm very strict. yes. Mentors need to keep in mind that they actually are there to learn something, but also they need to achieve something to get a positive evaluation. So a mentor basically needs to guide the student, and it's not necessary, but it's very helpful when the mentor also has knowledge about the area the student is working on. For instance, if you have a student working on a JavaScript framework, it might come in handy that you know what Java is as a mentor. Else it is very difficult to mentor a student.
So like Valerio, who you mentioned before, with his great experience with Java and MooTools, he'll be a fantastic mentor to have on that sort of project.
Yes. And something funny to mention is that Lawrence Vanderput, who has been student last year, doing GE Explorer will be entering the program this year as a mentor. So we have a lot of Java candidates on the mentor area at the moment. We really like to see some student proposals doing something on that area.
And GE Explorer, that's the client that integrates with 1.5?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
I've had a play with that. That's pretty cool.
It's great stuff. Yes, it is.
And so it's the sort of thing I'd want to maybe give to a client that just doesn't get the back end of Joomla. And you can say, here, just use that.
I can't imagine someone not understanding the Joomla backend, but okay, I know.
It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen. I know. Happen.
So, well, that sounds pretty good. All right, come on. You've got to at least share a little bit. What's the Googleplex like? Why are they considered America's #1 employer?
A little anecdote.
Mm-hmm.
When we were for a tech talk, I was invited twice past year.
Mm-hmm.
Two Summer of Code students were invited along, Hannes Pappenberg and Lawrence van der Put. And we had a flight of 32 hours, so we were a bit tired. Yeah. And we were there at lunchtime. And when you enter the Googleplex, they have like 14 restaurants over there.
Sorry, did you say 14?
14, yes. And they're all cooks. If you go to a cook and say, "Can you make me something?" then they do it. And Leslie Hawthorne from Google.
You mean you can go in there at any time and ask for something to eat?
Yes, the fun part still comes.
Okay.
Leslie Hawthorne from Google was showing us around, and here you can eat this, and there you can eat that. And she said, I will stop now, because if I will tell you what you can eat here, I will have at least an hour of explaining. And Hannes was looking around, and he was standing like he was hit by lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And then Leslie said, "Oh, by the way, it's all for free." And then Hannes was making a little dance for, where have I gone to? Basically, the Googleplex is a surrounding where you can be at your best, and you can work in a way you think is best for you. If you want to take your cat or dog to work because you say, "Hey, if my cat is lying next to me, I'll work harder," then they say, "Take your cat or dog along." It's amazing. Maybe I will do a blog post about the Googleplex this year again, and then share some videos that actually are available on.
Maybe when you're next there, you could perhaps or you could organise Leslie for us, so we can have a chat with her too, from an insider's perspective.
If people want me to share my great experience at the Googleplex, I'll be happy to ask Google if they want to say something about the Googleplex. Yes, we can do that.
Yeah. So, was it sort of known for their secrecy in terms of intellectual property? What would happen if you pulled the camera out or something like that? Would they be upset?
Yes, they will be upset.
Yeah.
If you come in there, they say it's intellectual property inside here. Don't make photos or anything. And if you do, ask up front. So I've been there twice, but I don't have photos from the inside.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing of it. And when you go to Google Video, you see videos from the Googleplex itself. So they are very, very strict on intellectual property. When you go there, you need to sign things, etc., because they are really trying to keep things that are company confidential inside there. So, and I understand it. But it's a great place to be there. And if you have the chance to go there, if there are tech talks, you can go there as anyone. You can go to the store and to the office and say, "Hey, I want to go to the tech talk," and you can go in there.
Good.
But it's an amazing place.
All right, I've taken up enough of your time, but I think there's one more thing we should talk about, and I hope that you remember the date of this Joomla Day in France. You're going to be there.
I'll be flying into the Joomla Day France. Joomla Days are so much fun. that if I have the chance, I'll attend to one. and I'm flying to Paris on the 25th, early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Have a wedding party on Saturday up front, so maybe I'm not at my best when I'm presenting there. And I will be. I've been asked to tell something about 1.5 development and to share maybe thoughts about future development of Joomla. And I will be giving a presentation there, and hope people are giving feedback on what they expect, or maybe share some things and thoughts about current development. So I'm looking forward to it.
So will you be doing that in English or French?
I propose to do it in Dutch, but no one understands that. So I try to translate all sheets I use into French, but I don't speak any word of French. So basically, I will do the talk in English, and there will be a translator if no one understands me. That's basically the way we try to arrange it.
Well, it seems like it'll be a lot of fun. So that's in Paris, is it?
It's in Paris, yes.
So, just give us the dates one more time, okay? That's Joomla Day France in Paris on the
25th of March. So it's about 1.5 weeks away from now.
Okay. Well, thanks again for your time, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Okay, thank you very much for the interview.
No problem.
Ow, I just fell down the stairs.
Please hang up and try again.